All right, welcome again to my channel. Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about the Quasimodo, which is simply abbreviated to be the QM. Okay, QM. All right, so I'm going to explain this QM in a manner that you understand all the types of QM. All right, so first of all, what is the QM? What is the QM? So the QM means Quasimodo, and to understand a Quasimodo you need to understand a trend, right? So we know that in the story of an uptrend, the market creates series of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And in the story of a downtrend, the market creates series of lower lows and lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower highs. Okay, so this is called a lower high because this high is lower than the previous high. This is called a lower low because this low is lower than the previous low. This one is lower than the previous low. This is a higher high, right, because it's lower than the previous high which is behind it. This is a higher high because it's higher than this, and this also higher high, right? Now you realize that in this story there is nothing like a lower low, and in this story, okay, there is nothing like a higher high. No higher high, no lower low. Okay, so once there is a lower low in the story of an uptrend, once there is a lower low, then it is a sign of reversal, right? Because if the market has to continue going up, then it should be doing higher highs. So once it does a lower low in an uptrend, then there is a sign of reversal. Once we create a higher high in a downtrend, then there is a sign of reversal. All right, so then why the Quasimodo? Okay, why Quasimodo? Sorry. So the Quasimodo is a pattern, right, named after a fictional character. So that one I know you know. All right, just that the Quasimodo has a unique pattern, okay, because of the lower low that has been created. So we have a shoulder, okay, so the market creates a high, goes above the high. Now in the story of an uptrend, it's supposed to create a higher low, but this time around the market creates a low. So we have a high, a low, right, a higher high, and a lower low. So this is supposed to be one L, okay, a lower low. So we have the lower low here, right? Some people call it over and under, okay, because price goes above or over the previous high and comes below the previous low. So we have over and under. Okay, so that's the Quasimodo. So to understand Quasimodo, there are terms that you need to really master so that you don't get confused. Okay, one of the terms is the QML, right? So we have the term called QML, okay, L, right? So the QML, I'll use this pen again. Right. So the QML means the QM is Quasimodo, as I said earlier, that it is abbreviated to be QM. The L means the Quasimodo level, and the Quasimodo level is always the left shoulder, this, okay? So you mark the level out and you have your Quasimodo level. So this is your QML. The L is the level, right? But the video is not about knowing what the Quasimodo is. The most important thing is knowing how to use it. So in this part of the video, I'll be explaining the types of Quasimodo and why the terms, okay? So there's a term QM, there's a term QML, now there's a term QMR. Okay, there's another term QMC, and there's the last one, which is the QMM. Okay, all formed by stra. Okay, now this video, at this part, I'm going to differentiate between the QMR and the QMC, right? Because when I was learning how to use the Quasimodo, my struggle was that I wasn't seeing some of the patterns. I really struggle with some of the patterns. Okay, so I wasn't seeing them, because somebody can tell me, oh, there's a Quasimodo. Somebody can just draw something, you see the market going up like this. You are expecting a Quasimodo to be formed here, okay, in an uptrend. Your expectation that, okay, price should break this and I should sell. But somebody does this and he said, I said, how do you buy? Oh, it is a Quasimodo. Quasimodo, how? Okay, how? Not knowing there will be something like this here. So or somewhere here, and the person bought from that level. Okay, so I'm going to explain. So that's what is the difference between the QMR and the QML. Okay, so the difference is simple. The QMR, okay, the R means reversal. The QMC, which you already know, the C means continuation. Okay, so where does the QMR occur and where does the QMC occur? Okay, so the QMR occurs at the top of a trend. Occurs at the top of a trend. What does it mean? The market is going up. High, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, this is a trend. You will realize that in this trend you are not seeing anything apart from the highs and lows. Okay, so that's the major trend. Then the market breaks the last higher low by creating a lower low. Okay, so we have a high, a low, a higher high, and a lower low. When this happens, it is at the top of the trend, and therefore this will be referred to as, okay, the QMR, because it is a reversal that is going to happen on this trend. Okay, so you sell from the left shoulder. I'll show you the entries later and the stop loss. Now this is QMR. So on the downtrend we have sell, price does this, we have the QMR, because this happens, okay, at the bottom of the downtrend. So it's a reversal of this entire trend. Okay, so what is the QMC? Now this is where the interesting thing is. With the QMC in a trend, QMC will be occurring inside the pullback of the major trend. Okay, so whilst the market is going up, once you break this, you look behind and see if it created a lower low. Okay, if in the lower low there's a pattern, low, higher, higher low, and lower low. You see, if it creates this pattern, then you have a QMC where the price will come. Remember, there is a difference between QMC, just QMC, and a club. Okay, so club is confirmation like a boss. So club is whereby you add a trend line. Okay, so don't think about that QMC with a trend line. No, not yet. Okay, so now the market is going up. Okay, I'm clear. The market is going up. It breaks a high. Okay, and it is pulling back. In this particular drawing, we know the trend already. We know that the trend is an uptrend. We are going up because we've broken out. You have a BO, breakout, okay, or a boss if you are doing smart money. Now, since you've broken up, you are pulling back into this range. Okay, and remember, this is the previous pullback. If there's a lower low and a lower high in it, then we have a QMC. So because this QM is not a reversal, it is a continuation. Okay, So this is the most difficult QM to see, because if you don't take care, because it says the QM is a reversal pattern, everybody is waiting for this to happen, right? And they are missing what is created just around this level for price to come and continue. Okay, so that's a QMC, and I'm going to explain it into further details. Okay, so that's the QMR and the QMC. So what is a QMM? The QMM is either a QMC or a QMR that has failed. So assuming the market is going up, going up, going up, going up, breaks. Okay, this is supposed to be a QMR. The market comes, instead of reversing, does this and breaks this head. Once the head is broken, this QMR has become a QMM. Okay, and that same level will be used for a buy now. Okay, it is the same thing if the market is going up, 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 up. Okay, and then here we have a QMC. Okay, so we expect to see price do this, and price comes, does something like this and breaks. So here you see we have a QMR, but we have a QMM because this QM has failed. Okay, so sometimes you see that price will not come here, it will use this and continue going down. So a QMM means Quasimodo manipulation, and that is a Quasimodo that has failed. Okay, a Quasimodo that has failed becomes a Quasimodo manipulation. All right, so it doesn't mean that when I see this pattern, okay, and price comes here, I have to sell and it's going to work. No, sometimes price can do this, as I showed you in the QMM. Okay, do this and continue going up, right? To take this low, continue. So how do I recognize a good QM? All right, so to recognize a good QM, there are rules. So the first rule, number one, is that whether it is a QM or a QMC. So in this case, I'm referring to a QM, a QMC. Okay, so number one, it has to give you a higher time frame engulfing. Okay, HTF, EG, engulfing. So we need to have a higher time frame engulfing. That is number one, which means that when you see this pattern like this, and let's say this is H1 on H4 or on D1 or on weekly, okay, you can go as far as weekly. Yeah, you should see this. You should see this, right? You should see this. So when you have this pattern and you see this, that's the first confirmation. And usually the level, okay, should be inside the at least at the SNR. Okay, you see in the engulf you have a SNR. It should be at the SNR, or it should pass within the candle. Okay, or at this SNR. Okay, shouldn't be, if there's a long way, shouldn't be in the wick. If it's in the wick, don't use it. If it's at least around the wick on the SNR, that is okay. Right, so now the QM equals to EG on the higher time frame. That is a good confirmation. That is first level of confirmation. Second level of confirmation, the first level of confirmation is a perfect confirmation. You don't need a second one. But when the second level of confirmation is there, this QM becomes a solid QM, whether QM or QMC. Okay, the second level of confirmation is that opposite the left shoulder of the QM, okay, opposite the left shoulder of the QM, okay, there should be a drop, base drop, or a rally, base rally. Left shoulder, it should be a rally, base rally. Okay, so this is your low, your high, your lower low, and your higher high, and this is your rally, base, rally. Okay, so when the rally, base, rally is there, right, this is a solid QM, right? And you see, the thing is that Baestra is really smart. Okay, let me explain the idea behind this rally, base, rally. Okay, so this rally, base, rally here, if you mark and trace it to the left, you will see that price had several rejection. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is a left shoulder. This rally base, this is a solid, this is a in terms of this becomes a support. This is a support which is supporting this, so it means that at this level there are two support. You see, there are two support and multiple rejection at the support. Validate it. You get it? Validate it. If you trace it and there are more support, it is good. So we want a Quasimodo that has a rally base rally or a drop base drop opposite it. Okay, if third level of confirmation, if you find a double marubuzu, okay, a double marubuzu opposite the left shoulder. So we have a left shoulder. This is a double marubuzu. So left shoulder. Okay, so this is a QM level. We have a left shoulder. This here is supposed to be here. Okay, so let me draw it properly. Okay, so yes, so we have this one, and here instead of having this drop base drop, you have two top candles. Okay, which is called a double marubuzu or the kissing candle. Okay, so the kissing candle opposite it, then right, this becomes a solid level because the double marubuzu that you are finding here, or the open close, or whatever name you choose to call it, on the lower time frame will give you a drop base drop. Okay, so this is what makes the QM a very solid one, whether QM or QMC. Okay, so they are the same. QM and QMC are the same. The difference is where they happen. So if you understand a QMR, you understand a QMC. Just that you need to understand how to look for the QMC. And I said it, that when a market is already going up and a trend has been established, okay, inside the pullback of the trend is the QMC that will be used to continue the trend. As simple as that. Okay, so now I've said a lot. Let's go to the chart and look for some examples. Okay, we look for some examples. All right. Okay, so we have, what do you have here? MC gold. Let's go to our favorite gold. Okay, so we have gold. Remove everything. So we have gold. Okay, this is gold, and I'm going to the going to this 4-hour chart. Or let me use the let me use Wanda. Okay, remove everything. Okay, candlestick. All right, clear. Okay, so this is gold, and I'll use the 4-hour chart. Okay, so that I can use the replay mode. All right, here. Okay, what will you call this? It's a rectangle. What will you call this? QMR or QMC? The market is going up. Okay, so since it's going up, this is QMR. Okay, because in this small pattern, in this small level, we have the QM here. Okay, so the QM becomes this level. Okay, opposite it, you have a drop, base drop, a double Marubozu. Okay, so higher time frame should give an engulfing. Where is it? Oh. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, higher time frame should give you an engulfing. What are the twos? Okay, so confirmation number 1. Okay, all right, so it didn't have an engulfing. Let's look for another pattern. It worked, but yeah. Okay, so let me do this on the weekly. I think I showed you some examples this particular week. Let's cut this one. Okay, so here, okay, we had an engulfing. So you see, we have an engulfing. Price has gone above this. Inside the engulfing on the okay, so this one, the replay delays. Okay, inside this engulfing we have a QM. Is it a QMC or a QMR? Okay, see, this is a QM. Okay, this is a QM. Is it happening at the bottom of a trend? No. Why? Because we've broken out. Price is at a high, and price is creating a bigger higher high and higher low. Okay, and therefore this cannot be termed as a QMR. This is a QMC. Okay, there's a proper way of another way of identifying the QMC. So you can go to the playlist where you see buy stra. You go to the list and you see QMC. Okay, that is when you add a trend line, it becomes okay club. Okay, so here you see that there's already a trend. We've gone up, we've broken, we've gone up, we've pulled back, we've gone up again, broken the previous high, and so the trend has been established. So the market now has to come back into that zone. Okay, yes. What is the validation? We have a weekly engulfing. Opposite, we have a rally, base rally. So this is a good setup, right? A lot of them happen today. I think, let me remove the replay. Okay, on 15 minutes, where was it? Here. It's 15 minutes. Okay, where did I see this? Okay, so you see here, look at it. We have already broken this high. Okay, we have also broken this high. This is the main high that we've broken. Okay, so we can say that the market is in an uptrend. Okay, and this entire thing is the pullback. Okay, this is the pullback. So inside this pullback, we were able to locate this low, high, lower low, higher high. Okay, so okay, the question is, why not this QM? If price is supposed to reach this QM, it has to reach this one first. Okay, so this is the level, this is the QM, this is the closest QM, right? And this is bigger than this. Okay, so this can also be shown on a 30 minutes. You see, we have it on a 30 minutes. So it has no rally base, rally opposite it, but on 15 minutes it has what? A hidden base, a double Marubozu. So look at what price did. With all this momentum to the downside, price was able to reject this. So this is a QMC, right? So if it's a QMR, then it's at the top of it, okay, at the top of the trend. So therefore, we can say that this will be a QMR in a way. Okay, there should supposed to be a QMR around this level. Okay, so you can choose this big one as a QMR. It's at the top of the trend, but here is a QMC, so we can draw a trend line. And boom, okay, close to the trend line, price comes and then hits the level. Okay, hits the level and then goes up. Okay, there was another QMC somewhere. There was another QMC. Okay, there's a QMC on 1 minute somewhere here. Okay, so I'll go to 1 minute and show you the QM. Okay, so you see, okay, here the market is coming down, breaks a high. You see, this is a sell. Okay, so you can call this a QMR if you are looking at just this trend. Okay, but looking at this big trend, right, the market didn't break this, but this is still a QMC. Okay, so I can pick this one, just that price missed. Okay, price didn't come there. Yes, this is the trade that I was waiting for. Okay, so here you can call it QMR and you'll not be wrong. Okay, because it is still happening inside a pullback, but we haven't broken this high. Okay, so this downtrend is what is happening. So price missed it, came close, and then boom, just went up. Okay, all right. Okay, look at this. Did we touch? No. This week I've seen a lot of them. Anyway, good 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, what is this? This is another one. Okay, we have a low, a high, a lower low, a higher high. Where are we? We have broken this level. Okay, so I'll call it QMC. Okay, I'll call it QMC. Price comes, touches the level, and flies. Okay, I'll call it QMC, just to know the understanding. And the understanding is that you should know how to identify the pattern. Okay, so look at this one. Okay, if I change to a higher time frame, I should find an engulfing there. Okay, so you see, we have the 30-minute engulfing. So the price is really close to the SNR. Okay, very close to the SNR somewhere here. Okay, all right. So you see, the S, that's why I like the engulfing. The engulfing confirms the SNR. Okay, so another one here. Okay, at this point, price hit an engulfing field on the 4 hour. Where is it? This engulfing field on the 4 hour. Okay, hit the engulfing field. Okay, and create an engulfing. This is a 2 candlestick engulfing. 1, 2, multiple candlestick engulfing. We have engulfed. Okay, let me cut. We've engulfed. So after engulfing, price was reacting to the 4 hour engulfing field, this particular one. Okay, all right. So on 1 hour, the market did not cut. Okay, so 1 hour, the market has created a QM. Okay, double resistance. Opposite it, we have a drop base drop. Okay, so this drop base drop becomes your entry, and that's it. Boom. Okay, so if it comes here, you realize that now we have a QMC here. So that is the reason why this QMC worked. Okay, all right. So the video is too long. I'll end here. Please comment. Okay, comment